Come join us as we take you on a trip from the practice pen to the show arena and let you listen in as top trainers prepare their students to compete in the Western industry's most exciting equine sport. And you'll learn what it takes to become a top weekend cutter.
Brought to you by Midway Forage.
Perfection starts with the perfect forage. Perfectly grown, perfectly processed. No waste, no GMOs, no additives, all natural. The perfect forage for your horse is Select Way Premium Alfalfa Cubes. Just perfect. Contact us directly at midwayforage.com. The rural American lifestyle. It's how we work. It's how we play. It's how we learn and how we enjoy the finer things in life. How we take care of our animals and tend to the land. It's a way of life. Has been for hundreds of years. Now there's a whole new way for rural America to watch TV. Hey folks, welcome to the show this week. I'm Kenny Imai, your host of Cuttin Up. This week's episode is brought to you by Midway Forage. When you want the finest alfalfa that you could possibly feed your horses in a cube form. Remember, no GMOs, no waste, all natural. Go to midwayforage.com. This week we're going to go to Fort Worth, Texas, to the Wild Rag Cattle Classic, brought to you by the Southwest Range Cow Horse Association. Going to watch some of that cutting horse action. These folks has got multiple events going on at the same venue. They've got cutting, calf roping, working cow horse, team roping. It's a great venue with a lot of different disciplines going on at the same place. Now, let's go check out the action at the Will Rogers. Well, here's Emily Finch, howling like a cat. In Fort Worth, Texas at the Will Rogers Memorial Center, Southwest Range Cow Horse Association's Wild Rag Cattle Classic. A really unique event where they put on cutting, cow horse, roping, it's all here. Let's watch Emily as she's looking at this gray cow. She's going to drive him up, try to get him clean away from them red cows, and she's clean and her hand's fixing to go down. She's cutting. Howling like a cat's big stopping little horse. Emily's riding him well. Little gray cows in that middle third of the pen. That's where you're going to win a cutting at, in that middle third of the pen. Mirror image. Working that gray cow. This is how you want to do it. Gray cow's going to give her a spot to get off. She made a clean quit. Clean quit's where that cow is standing perfectly still or moving away from her. Helps talking to her about her next cow. They've got an idea of what she's going to cut. She's eyeballing it. Coming up through the herd. Not bringing a whole heck of a lot of cows up with her, but enough to keep her from getting a penalty. She's looking at that red cow. Her help's going to try to get that black-eyed baldy out of her way. Now, everything is fresh for Emily. She's the first one in the herd. So she's got a clean slate, her hands down. She's going to work this red cow. She's got 25 seconds on the clock, so she's going to have to be thinking of either finishing up on this cow, going getting her another one, or dying in the herd. It's getting close on time, so she might as well just stay with this red cow. Well, she gets off right now with 5 seconds. That's not a lot of time. She's going to trot in there, but she does not get her third cow cut. She's going to die in the herd, and that's okay.
Thank you. That will be a 141.
Marks are a 141. I know she probably wanted to get that third cow cut, but that still may have her in the money. Next up is Miss Alana Chalmers. She's from Weatherford, Texas, just like Emily was, riding Motor City Cat. Alana comes from a cutting horse family. She's walked to the herd many, many times. Her help's talking to her. All she's got to worry about is trying not to cut any of the 3 cows that Emily did, so the rest of the herd is fresh. Black mott's going to present itself to her, and she's got her hand down. Good little old cow, honoring her horse, working in the middle third of the pen, just like Emily did, as we mentioned earlier. She's going to be looking for a place to get off this black mott here pretty quick, but he's trying her and she gets her spot. He turned away from her and gave her an opportunity for a clean quit. They've already got her another cow kind of picked out. She's looking for it, listening to her help. She's going to go deep in the herd, find the particular cow that her help is dialed out for her. This little black mott with the headlight on the left side of its head is going to be the one that she's going to work as her second cow. It's really being a good cow so far. Her help's keeping her in that middle third of the pen, riding her horse well. She gets a place to get off clean. 44 seconds is a lot of time. She doesn't have to be in a hurry. Got time to straighten her hat, kind of study the herd. She's going to bring out a few of them. She's already satisfied the deep cut rule. She's going to finish off with this black cow with 18 seconds left. Maybe a little bit softer cow than she wanted. Her help's going to have to get in close to keep it working for her. Sometimes these little steers are soft, especially in a climate-controlled environment, and that's where she's going to finish up. That's pretty much how you want to finish up a run. She could have maybe done a little bit better with a better cow, but a 146 is leading the class right now. She's got to be happy with that. Next up, Ms. Terry Bauer from Mansfield, Texas, riding Cooper the Cat. Her help's talking to her about what's already been cut. 5 cows have been cut so far by Emily Finch and Alana Chalmers. Emily only got 2 of them cut and died in the herd. Alana got 3 of them worked. High score to beat right now is a 146 on 2 judges. Terry's gonna, looks like she's gonna cut this black-eyed baldy. And Cooper the Cat and Terry Bauer go to work. He's kind of wanting to stay over to the right side of the pen. She's got him kind of in the middle now, and that's where she wants to keep him captured. That middle third of the pen is where you will win a cutting. He gave her a good spot to get off. She's acknowledging that her help over there is talking to her about another cow. She wants to keep the momentum going, and in order to do that, she's got to have 3 good cows. This is Fort Worth. The judges are going to be pretty strict. This little black mott, she's got it in the middle of the pen. Needs a little bit more cow than what it's presenting to her right now. that's not really wanting to honor her horse a lot. It's kind of a soft cow. She's not going to threaten that lead with a cow like this. It stops and she's got a clean place to quit. If she can still get in there and get the money, she's going to cut shape with 20 seconds left on the clock. She doesn't need another soft cow like she just had. And this one, with its tail raised up a little bit, may present her a little bit more of a challenge. Pretty fast cow. Got a big motor. Cooper the cat's going to have to work hard. She's really wishing right now that that was kind of what her second cow would have been right there. Let's see what they mark her.
Thank you. The score for Cooper the cat and Carrie Bowers.
139. That second cow kind of hurt her. It was a real soft cow, but you know, these steers and the air conditioning, you just really don't know. Next up's Richard Maudsley from Weatherford, Texas, on Lights and Coyote. Now, a lot of these cutters come from Weatherford, Texas, which is only about 30 miles west of where they're cutting at right now. A lot of folks are up at the Breeders' Invitational in Tulsa, Oklahoma while this cutting's going on. This cutting's in conjunction with a lot of other disciplines, a lot of other events. There's some Rain Cow Horse Show going on. There's AQHA team roping and calf roping going on. Richard's got his eye on one. That black Brangus steer is kind of what he's looking at. Needs to get the red steer out of the way. And his help is going to try to help him, but when they mother up like this, it's tough. He gets his traffic out of the way, and him and this black Brangus steer are going to dance a little bit. That's not what he's wanting right there. The Brangus steer's not wanting to honor him. Kind of took off and run for the back pin. His help brought it back. Now he's going to get a little work right before he's got to get off and start thinking about another cow. Terry's there in the corner helping him. They're talking about another cow. Needs something that's going to honor his horse a little bit more than that first one did. And he's going to push that yellow one up, get his hand down, and see how the yellow cow's going to treat him. Lights and Coyotes want to be a good horse. Just needs the right cows to threaten that lead of 146. Yellow cow's a little soft. It's working him in the middle of the pen. He's probably wanting a little bit more cow at this point. He finds him a spot to get off. He's really got to try to find him a little better cow that's going to honor him. A little ball-faced Brindle steer might do it. That yellow cow he just cut popped back out again, and so he may have had a little delay of getting his hand down. But this little flat top Brindle Baldy may be a good cow for him. Then he finishes up and they mark him a 140. That's two judges. So that's 270s. That's a pretty average score. You walk in as a 70, you want to try to walk out with as much plus points and a few penalties as possible. So he kind of walked in with the 270s and walked out with 270s. Next up's a good friend of mine named Kerry Patterson from Midland, Texas, on Little Ruby Ray. I probably filmed Kerry showing a horse maybe 6 years ago for the first time up in Amarillo. Him and his wife are fierce competitors in the non-pro division of this sport. They spent a lot of time in Amarillo. Got this little nubbin horn red Brangus in his sights. Just needs to get that black mott out of the way so he can go to work, get his hand down. His help gets him out of there, and Little Ruby Ray and Carrie are going to work. Nubbin Horn Red Cow's wanting to take him all the way to the wall. Might have had a little bit of a miss right there. I couldn't see it from this angle, but he finds him a spot to get off that fast cow. See if he can find something that he can mark some plus points on. Carrie's classified as a non-pro. He does a good job keeping his horses tuned up at home. Works with his trainer and kind of has a good mixture, but he's quite a hand on his own. He's looking at this little black Angus steer and got to get that Brangus one out of the way, and he's got his hand down. He's working. Angus is being correct. He's not pushing on him too hard. Little Ruby Ray is the kind of horse that's capable of handling a tough cow. This little black Angus is just wanting to be a little sneaky, and he finally gives Carrie a place to get off of him. 27 seconds. Carrie doesn't need to bring a whole lot of cattle out. He's probably going to come out, cut shape. He's got 2 of them coming out, and he's going to take that one on the back end, get his hand down, and finish up his run with 10 seconds. Little Ruby Ray is looking very good, very correct, and they just seem to know they're in Fort Worth, and it's all about what kind of cows you cut.
Thank you. The score for Little Ruby Ray and
Carrie marks at 142, which is 2 judges marking him a 71 apiece, possibly. I'm not seeing the judges' scorecards, but that's better than what he walked in with. Next up is Chris Patterson, also from Midland, Texas, riding Shorty's Medal. A lot of good cowboys come from out west Texas. No doubt Chris is one of them. Shorty's Medal, I've seen this horse work before. He's a real nice horse. Chris talking to his help. At the end of this class, he's got a 146 that he wants to take that top spot or at least get in the money. This Brindle steer looks like what he's looking at. He's got some traffic to deal with. The little black Brangus is kind of mothered up with his steer. He's got to get that cleared out and his hands down. And Shorty's Medal, a big stopping horse. They turn back help, bring that Brindle back to him. Shorty's Medal looking real pretty on a cow. Kind of over on the side, he finds a place to get off. Now, them judges would have loved to have seen that about 20 or 30 foot to the right in the middle of the pen, where a Cuttin's one is in the middle third of the pen. So Carrie wants to have Shorty's Medal working a cow just like he did on that Brindle, but kind of in the middle. So he's got this black Angus steer cut in the middle. Looks like it's going to try to stay there for him, give him some opportunities to rack up some plus points. He's doing a good job getting that cow stopped. It was a little bit softer a cow than he probably wanted. So he's going to go back and try to finish up. He's got a lot of time, 27 seconds, bringing a few up, cutting shape on that black baldy on the end. He can get his hand down and go to work. A lot of time, sufficient time, not too much, but 18, 20 seconds is kind of what you want per cow when you're in this game. Shorty's Medal doing a good job, pretty horse, works pretty, looks pretty, head down, dialed in, and that's the end of the run. It's got to be a good run. I mean, that's may get close to threatening the lead. We'll see.
Thank you. The score for Shorty's medal and Chris Patterson, a
144. Good job, Chris Patterson. Hey folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back to the Wild Rag Cattle Classic cutting action after a word from our sponsors. Big Truck and Diesel staff have been serving the Houston, Texas area for over 25 years. We are masters at computer diagnostics for Cummins, Caterpillar, and Detroit engines in all makes of heavy trucks, offering bumper-to-bumper repairs and preventive maintenance. We'll get you back on the road as soon as possible. Call 713-448-9928 or visit bigtruckanddiesel.com. Perfection starts with the perfect forage. Perfectly grown, perfectly processed. No waste, no GMOs, no additives, all natural. The perfect forage for your horse is Selectway Premium Alfalfa Cubes. Just perfect. Contact us directly at midwayforage.com. Hey everybody, Kenny Emine, Business Development Manager for Farm and Ranch TV. Now available, Roku, Chromecast, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, Android TV, our website, farmandranch.tv. On all your tablets and smartphones, Apple, Android, doesn't matter. You'll be able to see us any way you want. Farm and Ranch TV, the future of rural programming.
But Symbiont helps us reduce, if not eliminate, our worries on EHV1, E. coli, Salmonella, Staph, Listeria, and H1N1. You can't ask for much more than that.
Hi, this is Tyler DeLange from Fort Gratiot, Michigan. Welcome back to Cuttin Up TV.
Well, let's start off with the second bunch of the 25,000 novice non-pro class from Fort Worth, Texas at the Wild Rag Cattle Classic. This gentleman's name is German Lugo from Gainesville, Texas, riding Wild Stars. This show is put on by the Southwest Range Cow Horse Association. It's a multiple discipline event. You're watching some of the cutting. They also had, naturally, their Range Cow Horse Works, as well as AQHA team roping, youth, and calf roping. So I mean, there's a lot going on. There was also AQHA Western Pleasure classes going on one day. Just a lot going on, and German's going to get his hand down on this first yellow steer that he cut shape on, and what a cool looking horse Wild Stars is. Just drawing. Big stop. German sitting his horse very well. And he finds him a good spot to get off. Clean quit where that cow had completely stopped. A clean quit is also where they are moving away from you. So evidently German and Wild Stars starts off the second bunch of the 25,000 novice class, non-pro, in good shape. He's going to go with another yellow. Drive it out there, get him some distance between the herd, get his hand down, and German and Wild Stars go to work. Little yellow cow is honoring his horse, looking at him. It's really fun to watch these horses when they've got a good cow that works in the middle of the pen and will honor their horse, and German finds him a good spot to get off. He's got a lot of time, 38 seconds. He can take some time, find a cows that he wants to finish up his run with. He's listening to the help. They picked out some cows. He's going to let some drift out, bring a nice sized bunch of cattle out to satisfy the rule that says that you have to bring out some cattle. A deep cut rule is what they call it. He satisfied that. Good job, Lugo and Wild Stars. Sure, the judges are going to take care of him because that was a nice run.
Thank you. The score for Wild Stars is German Lugo, 144.
144. Good job, German. Next up is Miss Cassie Mitchell from Weatherford, Texas, on Will Cut for Cookies. What a pretty little red roan, flaxen mane and tail. In my eyes, she's already got plus points for walking to the herd with a really pretty little horse. She's got her help, kind of talk to her. Bronc Willoughby sitting down there in the corner. Can't get much better than that. Bronc's talking to her about some cows. Kind of got a game plan walking in there. Cassie's bringing out a sufficient amount of cattle to satisfy the deep cut rule. This black mutt is what she's got her eye on. Will Cut for Cookies is going to work. She didn't come real far out of the herd. Got a little outside, but her horse drawed right back where he needed to be. Buster Welch calls that hang time, and it can sure give you some plus points in front of the right judges. And she's got her a good spot to get off. The cow, Black Mott, kind of got soft on her there at the end. Bronc's got her some more cattle picked out, what he wants her to try to cut. Minute 10 left on the clock. She's going to ease through there, see what she can bring out. She's looking for a particular cow. That always impresses the judges when you go in there and you hunt for a particular cow and bring it all the way to the top versus consistently just cutting shape. She's looking at something way up on the top. That skunk face black's way up on that's the one she's going to cut too. She's going to get her hand down. Will Cut for Cookies, again, is a real pretty little moving horse. Little skunk face black cow's honoring her, meaning looking at her horse, wanting to get back to the herd. Will Cut for Cookies just gets prettier as the run goes on, and Cassie finds her a good spot to get off. She's going to cut right here with 3 seconds left. See if she can get one separated. She doesn't get her hand down till after the clock. Let's see how they mark her for that.
Thank you. The score for Will Cut for Cookies and Cassie Mitchell, 143.
143. I'll be darned. Good job, Cassie. Will Cut for Cookies. Pretty little horse. Next up's Amy Jones from Weatherford, Texas, riding Little Red Metallic.
This is Little Red Metallic. And
Helps
Amy
talking
Jones.
to her about a particular cow. She's already got 6 cows that she doesn't want to cut that have already been cut by German and Cassie. She just drive up here, see what she's got. This black Brangus steer in her sights. That's what she's going to cut. And gets her hand down right in the middle of the pen. Kind of a leggy steer. Looks like he could be fast. He's not really trying her hard, but just sufficiently enough for her to gather up some plus points possibly. She finds a place to get off. Didn't stay on him very long. Little Red Metallic, I'm sure, is a metallic cat. She's going to bring quite a few cows up. See what she's looking at. She's got this solid black out. Not a lot of room between her and the herd. Do not need a cow to push her back into that herd. Kind of a fast cow. Her turn back got him stopped and turned back the other way. She's not quite in the middle third of the pen. Now she is. The judges are liking that. And she finds her spot to get off. She's got 35 seconds left. Needs to go in there and make an impression. See what she can do to get this run finished off with. The second bunch of the 25,000 novice non-pro class. This red mott's what she's going to drive out. She can get some distance out. There she goes, got her hand down. She's cutting. 5 seconds left. Stay strong. And that's where she's going to finish up her run. Cool little horse. Cows weren't really what she wanted, I'm sure. Marked her 139. Next up is Lindy Ashlock, Abilene, Texas. Married to trainer Wes Ashlock. She's always going to be mounted well. She shows the horse well. Ray and Force is who she's the jockey on today. See how she does. Lindy's always going to be at your NCHA aged events. She's always going to be a presence in Sweetwater, and Abilene, and here in Fort Worth. She's got her eye on that red cow. She's going to drive it all the way out, get her lots of distance. She's got her hand down. Lindy, when she comes to a cutting, you know that she's shooting for that first place spot. She rides probably with her husband about every day. Wes is a good trainer, keeps them tuned up for her. She's got that edge over a lot of other non-pros. She finishes up on that red cow. She's going back into the herd to get her second. Listening to her help. She's got her eyeball on something in particular. She's looking at that solid black up front. She's going to get it drove out. Traffic clears, her hands down. Ray and Force, a cool looking horse. Pretty stopper, low headed, correct. Right in the middle of the pen. That middle third of the pen is where you win a cutting at. Heard that for 20 years and it's tried and true. Lindy finishes that cow right out in the middle third of the pen. So far, this is probably one of the better runs in this class. If she finishes up the way that she started her first two cows, she's going to do it. This yellow cow's right in the middle of the pen. She's 10 seconds. If it's as good a cow as the first two, you may see the leader of this class. Gets her a place to get off. Judges are tallying their scores.
The score for Ray and Force.
Pat's Ray and Force and marks a 147. That's why she's grinning. She's leading this 25,000 novice non-pro class. Bubba Matlock's going to congratulate her. Last rider in this class is Logan Warren from Millsap, Texas.
This is Ray Down.
Riding Ray back. He's going to chip one right off the top, his black mott, and start his run off. He knows he has got to throw down a super run to take the lead away from Lindy. Turn back help brings the mott back to him. Everything's going okay. And he finds him a place to get off. That was a good cow, other than he took off running for the backfield and turn back guys had to bring him back. Other than that particular moment, that cow was a good cow. Everything else he did was right. Now he chipped that cow, so now he's got to satisfy his deep cut requirement, and that's what he's doing. He's going all the way to the back. Find him another cow. Bringing a lot of cows up with him, the whole herd. And cuts shape right off the back of that herd. Gets his hand down. He got his hand down over against the fence. The judges like to see that hand go down in the middle of the pen. And that's where he's cutting at, in the middle of the pen. Everything's going good on this cow now, and he gets off. They may have wanted to see him stay on that cow a little longer. He's got 33 seconds. It's a lot of time to finish up his run. He's looking for a fresh cow. He's driving. Got his eyeball on the black. Needs to clear that red mott out of the way. That's a rerun cow. Somebody's already cut him. Traffic's cleared, hand down, and he's cutting. 6 seconds left. Don't know that he's going to threaten the lead, but it's going to be okay. Does him a little schooling on his horse right there at the end. Waiting on the judges to score him. 142 and a half. And that's going to finish up the 25,000 novice non-pro class from Fort Worth, Texas at the Wild Rag Cattle Classic put on by the Southwest Rain Cow Horse Association. Let's take a break from the action from Fort Worth and visit with a legend in our sport, Mr. Ray Smith.
And here at the Southern Fraternity in Jackson, Mississippi is a big family tradition. We've got kids, and I grew up and seen 5 or 6 different generations of kids that came around these arenas, even when we were outside cutting in the rain and the mud, and you know, you've just seen them grow up. You know, little Austin Shepherd, he run around here, a little old kid, and following his dad, Sam, and his mother, and grew up running up and down stairs and barefooted and in the mud holes. And, you know, Austin's grew up to be a very successful horse trainer. And there's a lot of them in the same way. You know, you got Brent Davis here that grew up in the horse business. You know, Alan Krautz Alan come to Mississippi when he was just a little feller, young man, and grew up here in the South. And a lot of these young men come along, and they had a hard time back in the years when us older ones were showing back in the 60s and 70s, and they kept saying one day they'd get us back, you know, and they did. They really did. And these kids now are grown and got families, and their kids are showing, their grandkids are showing, and that's one thing has made the Southern cutting horse successful. And right here today, I visited with grandparents that's here to see their grandkids show, to see their nieces, nephews show, and it's just a family tradition that that has been put together over the years, and everybody just expects to come every year, and they come back every year with a new generation of kids and grandparents and uncles and aunts, and you know, it's just been a growing cutting in the South.
Well, I hope you enjoyed a moment with Mr. Ray Smith. Ray is instrumental in those cuttings in Jackson, Mississippi, like the Southern Futurity and the NCHA Eastern Nationals. Now let's head all the way up to Madras, Oregon. Russ Elrod's going to be working with his son, Ryan.
This is my son, Ryan Elrod, and we're going to be working the flag here a little bit to get ready to show in the youth. There you go. Get you a little back over here on this side. Back. Good. Now let him go. Now both feet. Very good. Sit. Let the flag turn him. Now ride. There you go. Good. Now ride. Good. Let the flag turn him. Whoa. Back him up right there. Good. Now go. Good. Let the flag turn him. Now both feet. Good. Good. Let the flag turn him. Now go. Good. Let's quit him right there. Good. I want you to do the same thing in the show pen, all right? I don't want you to be telling him to turn with the cow, all right? I want you to, when you step up there and cut that cow, okay, we're stepping up at the cow's neck, and then we're going to let that cow turn our horse, and then we're going to ride to go stop the cow, all right? We don't want to turn him, foot turn him. We want the cow to turn him, and then we can ride and go stop that cow. All right? Good job.
I'm Wyatt Lewis from Quanah, Texas. Cutting Up will be right back after these messages.
You know, insurance is a daily part of our lives. We insure ourselves, we insure our trucks, we insure our trailers. Roger Peters Livestock Insurers is where you go. Roger Peters Livestock Insurers has been an agent for Great American Insurance for over 35 years. Remember, no vet checks up to $100,000, whether it's a private treaty sale or a catalog sale. Call Connie or Stacy at this number and get yourself some peace of mind and insure your performance horse with Roger Peters Livestock Insurers. The rural American lifestyle. It's how we work and it's how we play. It's how we learn and how we enjoy the finer things in life. How we take care of our animals and tend to the land. It's a way of life. Has been for hundreds of years. Now there's a whole new way for rural America to watch TV.
I'm Jessica Petrofesso from Elbert, Colorado. Welcome back to Cuttin' Up.
Hello, my name is Tracy Barton. I'm from Northridge Ranch in Pierce, South Dakota, and today I'm talking to you about bits. One of my favorite bits is what I call a correction bit. It's called a TTB correction. It's made by Ray Mayhew out of Paterson, New York. Ray has been a customer of mine as well as a sponsor of mine for the past 20-25 years. Has supplied me with all my bits. And this is a special bit. It's not a real thin bit, it's a 5/8 bit. And the reason why I like this bit so much, if you get a bit or a correction bit with a real small diameter mouthpiece in it, a lot of times it's going to cut into that horse, or that it's going to make that horse root on that bridle a little bit or scare them. If you have a bit with a bigger diameter, a lot of times a horse will lunge into that bit and you lose that bite and you have to do a lot more tugging. So this is kind of the middle of the road bit, and it has a lot of feel to it. The reason why I say a lot of feel, you can take a correction on a really small diameter and you'll pull and pull and nothing will happen, and all of a sudden you have a tremendous amount of bite. In this particular bit, with the Mayhew bit, the way we've got the shank swept back a little bit, you can pull it a little bit, you get a little bite. You pull a little more, you have a little more bite, or you can really pull a lot and then you can get your stop. This bit, it takes a lot to scare a horse in this type of bit, with this diameter bit, with this shank. I've had some corrections that I've used in the past before I met Ray Mayhew, where the diameter was really small and I would scare the horse, or a diameter was really big and I was tugging all the time and I lost a lot of feel in my horse. This particular bit accomplishes all that. You have a lot of feel on your horse, you don't scare your horse, and yet if you really need to stop a horse or it gets out of control, you're able to do that without scaring the horse at all. We have put inlay, if you can see the back of this, we have inlaid copper into the shank to help the horse salivate throughout the working process so that the horse's mouth doesn't become dry. I really like that concept. It really keeps the horse's mouth. We have a lot more feel in that horse's mouth by doing that, and the longevity of this bit, using it on a horse, far increases that of a bit that you can use for 1 or 2 days and then you've got to swap off. This particular bit I've been using probably for 25 years. I probably won over $2 million using this particular bit, and I'm very comfortable with this. It's a good transition bit from, let's say, a snaffle and a C bit, and you want to go to maybe a stiff bit or a clapper bit sometimes. This correction bit is a good intermediate bit in between there. We also have a bit that's built just like this, but it does have a square port that we use on the babies or the 3-year-olds when we transition from a snaffle to a C bit. Before we come to this bit, if we want to use this bit, we use that square port. So there's a lot of different applications with this particular concept of a correction bit. I also like the reins to be 5/8 reins. I don't like a real thick rein because it seems to me it's real heavy in my hand and I have to work harder to pull. My hands are kind of big, and a 1/2 inch rein is tougher for me because I feel like I'm having to grab trying to find the rein. So the 5/8 rein for me works really well. I like a chin strap, you know, a metal or leather. It really doesn't matter on this particular bit, because once you get it properly adjusted where you can put 2 fingers between the chin and the chin strap, you're going to have enough bite with this particular bit. The shanks, if you've noticed the shanks, they're not super long and they're not super short. They're just mid-range. Everything's mid-range on this bridle, and I like that because it's going to fit a higher percentage of horses versus a particular bit that's going to fit 1 or 2 type horses. And in my business, where we're riding 20 or 30 horses a day, I want to have a bit that's going to fit the majority of horses. Other than that, it's just a really good bit. And the thing I like about Ray Mayhew's bits is that if you do tear one up, and unfortunately trainers at times do tear up bits, he fixes them exactly the same way as if they were brand new. So the bit you're getting back is the same bit as when you purchased it. That's talking a bit. My name's Tracy Barton from Northridge Ranch in Pierce, South Dakota. Thanks for watching Cuttin' Up.
The Talking a Bit segment is designed to let you know what trainers consider to be their favorite bit and what their uses are. Be sure and talk with your trainer to see what bit works best for you and your horse.
This is my boy here. This is Ryan Elrod, and he's riding a Smooth the Cat gelding that's won a little over 50,000, and this is Ryan's 2nd year of cutting. This horse belongs to a customer of mine, Fina Ugranjali, and she is generous enough to let Ryan show this horse the last 2 years, and she just loves watching him show this horse. Okay, buddy, just be real smooth, okay? Remember, when you're cutting your cow, step up to the cow's neck, all right? And remember, we got to drive way up, okay? Okay, look way up top here now. Walk up that left edge. There you go. Keep walking. Keep walking. Keep walking. Keep walking. Keep walking up to the cow's neck. Up to the cow's neck. Push him away. Come on. Get there. Get there. Get there. Hand down. Good. Now watch cow side leg. Good. Watch his eye. Cow side leg. Go. That's a boy. Watch his eye. Good. Cow side leg. There. Cow side leg. Go. Good. Now just sit. Right there. Good. Hey, let that cow turn him and then ride him to go stop that cow. Okay, go in there and bring some cows again. That's it. Look, walk up that left edge again. Push up there a little harder on them cows. Look at way far over there. Keep walking to it. Keep walking to it. Keep walking to it. Now get centered up. There you go. Good. Watch his eye. Cow side. Good. Cow side. Don't lean. Cow side leg. Go. Sit. Cow side leg. Get your feet out for the stop. Cow side now. There you go. Cow side leg. Sit. Both feet go. Right there, quit. Good. Okay, just bring one cow off the top. Make your mind up. Get underneath that cow. There you go. Stick with it. Get up to his neck. Come on, come on. There you go. Hand down. Sit. Cow side leg this way. Left leg. Left. There you go.
Thank you.
Good. Right there. Whoa.
The score is Lacey and Ryan Miller is 71. That will complete our use and the second
Good job.
show. We will give Russ a few minutes to get ready and go into the over 5 sets. Thank you. Great job.
Well, that's all our action from Madras, Oregon. I want to say a big thank you to Russ Elrod. He did a great job working with his son, Ryan. Big thank you to the Oregon Cutting Horse Association. They welcomed us with open arms there in Madras. That's a great cutting, probably one of the most affordable cuttings in the nation. So a big thank you to them. Also a big thank you to the Southwest Range Cow Horse Association. Their Wild Rag Cattle Classic is a unique event because it brings so many disciplines together. You got AQHA, team roping, calf roping, rein cow horse work, you've got cutting. It's all together at one venue there at the Will Rogers Coliseum in Fort Worth. And a big thank you to Midway Forage. When you want to feed your horses the finest alfalfa cubes that you possibly can, go to midwayforage.com. They can take care of you. So be sure and join us right here next week. This is where we'll be cutting up.
Watch those legs go 2.5 in the frame. If you can't cut it, move out the way. Let me in there, get out my way. Got me a cutting horse and we have style. We have technique, we're gonna dance a while. Dance, dance, cutting horse dance. To the left, to the right, cutting horse dance. Bounce, bounce, the cutting horse dance. Left, right, let's dance. Let's dance. Dance, dance, cutting horse dance. To the left, to the right, cutting horse dance. Cutting horse dance. Left, right, let's do it again.
Be sure and go to Cuttin Up TV's Facebook page and like us.